What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Evan Aldo here. If you enjoyed the content, I always appreciate you guys smashing the like button. I want to get into Bitcoin, ETH, some of the altcoins, so I think is going to happen here. The analysis, after this little pullback, you got a blood diamond on your 5 hour on Bitcoin right now, but I wouldn't get too concerned. I mean, even if it does confirm in 30 minutes, it probably will. I don't know if you're going to lose this area. I guess once you break downward, then it could get more bearish. I would think Bitcoin should kind of stay in this kind of parallel spiral line channel here while alts and ETH hopefully, continue to outperform it and rally forward into the beginning to middle of August. Here are some of the latest trades, been rinsing and repeating with the ETH along. Added some more to that. If you guys want more info on these trades, stop losses, take profits, all that, check out the first link in the description below for the Discord. If you want one free month in the VIP channels in the Discord, if you deposit at least $100 into either Bitunix, BYDFI or BloFin, will give you one free month in the Discord. Just open a support ticket with your UID. There's different perks. I mean, Bitunix has the biggest discount on your fees. I got you with my link, 25% off of your fees. So if you want that biggest discount, Bitunix. If you want a nice deposit bonus, BYDFI is the best one right now, 20% off your fees for life, and then 20% off your fees for life to cash back on BloFin. BloFin has a good trading volume bonus, so kind of pick your poison. It's what you're into right now. Check it out. Some good opportunities in the market. We got Nightshade in the Discord as well. Came back. A lot of really good stuff there. My swing trades have been doing really well. I mean, it's a little bit of patience, guys. I don't enter new trades every single day, but there's a lot of things that I try to do and always monitor the market. So yeah, I mean, I have my system. Some people have different systems. I think my system works really well. Trigger wave right there on some of the lower time frames on Bitcoin. So it's potentially that you got your little pullback and Bitcoin, we're just hoping kind of goes sideways, like I mentioned. So ETH and alts can run, and ETH versus others, ETH versus most altcoins here, everything outside the top 10 of market cap. Similar kind of, you saw that bottom in April of 21, saw the same bottom in April of this year in the 4-year cycle, peaked out around August. So I would guess, a week or more, a couple more weeks, getting to that area, and then alts start to kind of outperform Ethereum. And then if you look at alts versus Bitcoin, that's a pretty big pullback there, but you're getting a jump. So for the sake of alts, I mean, this is going to be controversial. For the sake of alts, I would hope this holds. Some people would probably be saying, nope, bye Felicia, nope, you're going, you're dead. But no, I think you got a good shot. I like the 3-week here. That should confirm in 10 days. So, I mean, alts have always been depressing throughout this year, at least in this bull run, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully things could turn around a little bit, but I'm more bullish on ETH, against alts right now. And if we look at ETH, I like what you're seeing here on the 2-hour, the nice bull div. I think you can jump up to higher points here. I think you got a good shot of, continuing forward on ETH. And I mean, you're just in that kind of ETH season, that big ETH area. Fear and greed is not anything crazy. Funding rates are not anything crazy, 0.01. So, not everybody's FOMOing in and risking everything on ETH and just asking to get screwed over. That doesn't mean that it can't, go down farther to 3,200. My guess, maybe I'm being too optimistic, but my guess here is that I don't think you're going to lose 3,200. I mean, sure, anything could happen, but I feel like you should be able to jump here and continue forward and maybe, just maybe, make a new all-time high by sometime in, the first 2 weeks of August. But then you always see like in August or September, a lot of times, or that summer lull, then you come back down to 3,300 or something along those lines. So I'm pretty bullish on ETH still. I think you should be able to break through, 2 tries at 4,000. I mean, maybe you reject from 4,000 again, but now I've been thinking, since we got up so quickly here, I think she's got a little bit more in her, maybe 4,100, maybe 4,500, maybe a new all-time high, those areas. So it is getting pretty exciting for ETH. I think in the short term, it does look pretty good. Your 6-day looks great there. I think your weekly probably looks good as well. Money flow coming up. I mean, the thing is, obviously, you had a lot of, a lot of this move happened, and then, but most of the time here was choppy. But, as you came into the green here, you really shot up. So, I mean, I don't know if we can do something like that from here, that's easily close to 7,000. My eventual target by end of year, hopefully October even, 7,300. So that's what I'm looking at there. ETH versus Bitcoin come down a little bit, but I think that should jump up, continue to outperform Bitcoin. I think it definitely has bottom. Not too much more to say there than I've said in previous videos. It looks really good. It's about damn time. And Cardano, just a few of these other legacy alts that I think will do pretty well. This jumping up, you get your little pullback. I think you should be on your way, hopefully, to $1.18 that point again by mid-August, and then hopefully breaking upward into $2 or more into October or something. So I'm optimistic on Cardano, especially after this time frame kind of starts to come down and others start to outperform ETH. Solana, you got your drop down. Let's see, 179. Decent kind of place. If you could break it back above 188, pretty big place. I think it could jump higher. For going long right now, I'd be more inclined to go long on ETH, although I may or may not be so long as well. But it has been bleeding against ETH a bit, so maybe it'll bleed. It'll probably continue to bleed a bit more against ETH, so maybe better overall to go long on ETH right now. I don't know. Chainlink, Trigger Wave looks great in the 3-week. I think there's a lot of potential here. A little pullback, but you should be on your way up to $22 and beyond, hopefully, by early to mid-August. So that's what I'm looking at kind of on Chainlink right now. I mean, a few other coins that I've been patiently kind of in a long on, Doge, hopefully getting back up to 33 cents or more. And maybe getting on the wrong, let me show you something with more data here. Hopefully, I don't think you're going to make a new all-time high, but you can reject from the same point come October, come November, come December, that kind of area for, Doge right there, potentially coming up to these areas right there. And, that could be said for kind of a lot of the coins right now. The Bitcoin dominance coming up, I think it'll reject from this point, and that could kind of save ETH, save alts here. So that's what I'm kind of looking at, especially, this looks bearish amplified. I don't think this is going to, I guess it could be a double top or go up to 64 again, but I think this generally will be headed downward into the end of the year. Some meme stocks and meme coins have been getting a little bit popular, pumped up fun. I think this fell off a cliff, right? Yeah. We'll see if that turns around. There's a lot of times when these get listed on Coinbase, they just go to zero, down 56%. We'll see what happens. The other one that's been still pretty high trading volume, but definitely not as popular as it used to be, PayPay, potentially jumping back up to these all-time highs at some point. So, it's not like, there's a lot of coins you could look at. It's not like it's a whole thing here. ApeCoin some people have been excited on it, including myself, hopefully jumping from these points. High time frames look really good on everything, really. High time frames look, very, very good on everything right now, generally. The other big depressor, Polygon, rejecting from this point, but I think you should be able to kind of force your way back upward, up to 30 cents, and eventually get a double here. So, moral of the story, guys, not a crazy pullback, nothing too bad to worry about right now, in my opinion. I think you got 2 to 4 more weeks of general bullishness before a significant pullback, and I think if ETH does get up close to that old all-time high, makes a new all-time high, that's where you should be looking more for a pullback rather than right now. I think it's more of buying the dip opportunity, and the market's exciting, man. The market's exciting. Triple Q, if you look at this, pre-market right now, we're trying to come up a little bit more, break up to just maybe, into October, into end of year, 600. The last thing I want to talk to you guys, a little bit of fundamentals here, July, okay, we're not going to see a rate cut in July, very unlikely. Powell's probably going to tell everyone to go after themselves, including Trump. And September, it's kind of 60-40, 62-36 right now. I wouldn't be surprised if everything keeps rallying. This gets pushed back to October, and then if it's end of October, that may mark the end of your rally. Something to keep our eyes on. I don't know, hard to say, obviously, but something to keep our eyes on. So, yeah, anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Smash the like button. Check out the exchanges down below. A lot of really good deals. BloFin, BYDFI, 25% off your fees for life on Bitunix, 20% off your fees for life on the other one. So check it out. These opportunities probably won't last forever. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye.